So very often we'll find ourselves trying to transform one data type, one type of data into another, and that's pretty much kind of simple to do, right? I mean, if we have, like, let's say we have a list, and this list is 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We can, I don't know, we can transform this into the square value of this data, so we can develop a for loop here, a for, and we iterate over our nums. And from that nums, we're gonna add into our new list, in this case squares, right? Square dot append, and from that list there, let's say we take every value of x to the power of 2 of that value, and after that we're going to go there and print it out all the values inside square. Okay, so that's pretty common. So we have a list and we have a new list right here. We have a new data that we do in operation. We're going to go there, and for every value inside this structure we are doing the power of 2, right? So we can do this in a slightly different way using what we call list comprehension. And how list comprehensions they work. So the result of this is a comprehension, as we are seeing here. And then we take saying, hey, let's do x to the power of 2 for each x in nums. Oops, in nums, as we have it right there, right? So by doing this, oh, of course, and then we have to print it out square, we pretty much have the same result as we had it before. So this form of doing this is called list comprehensions, but as we saw in the example with dictionaries, you can have dictionaries comprehensions, set comprehensions, and so on and so forth. And you can pretty much combine this with any logic you want. So let's say now, let's say that I want to do the power of 2 for every x in nums if our x here is an even number, for example. Why not? And now if we go ahead and print our square here, we'll see that we're just printing out the even numbers from our original list. All right. You can do all sort of things. I mean, even a normal, if you want to iterate over a given number and just say, hey, let's say x for x in a given comprehension. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's 100, whatever. If we do this there, we pretty much iterate this. So this list comprehension structure would be the same as a traditional for loop as we have it here, right? Let's add some more cells so we can play a little while. So let's say that, I don't know, for any value in a specific range, I want to take it out too. So for n minus 2 for every n in a range of 10. If you go ahead and print that, it's pretty much you're iterating over values from 0 to 9, and for every value you are taking out 2, right? And it's you can do this even with lists inside lists. They work pretty much the same way. So let's say we have some array here, and this array, it's composed of several smaller lists. So 1, 2, 3, and then the second element is a list of strings, as in A and B, oops, B here, and then the second value here, it's a list inside a list, and that list has tuples. Why not? So we have here like bow, inside here we have re, and then here we have me. Okay, and given that we have this big array, and we can pretty much extend all the information that we have there. So let's say for I want to print it out A for A and arrays. We're going to go there and we're going to print it out all the elements. So we printed out the 3 elements that we have inside. So this is actually pretty cool because you can kind of develop your own small functions and quick data alterations within this. This is very useful, especially if you're doing NLP projects. Let's say you have something like, hey, this is a letter for a letter in a string. Let's say here this is going to be Python. We're going to go there and say for every letter here, I want to, oops, sorry for that. And for every letter inside here, if that letter is an uppercase, I will just print it out. So letter dot upper is upper. So if you have something like this, you'll have all the uppercase letters printed. Okay. You can combine your own logic, and this is usually useful, as I said, for NLP if you're, let's say, removing stop words in lists, transforming everything in lowercase, everything in uppercase, getting rid of punctuation and stuff like that. You can develop your own logic within this comprehension. In this case here we are doing lists, but as I said, you can do it with dictionaries, sets and tuples and so on and so forth. Okay, so thank you and happy coding.